Okay, due to privacy laws, it's important to inform your visitors onto your website or your blog what information you collect from them and what you actually do with that data. Now, even if you think you're not collecting any data or information on your visitors, your site still might do. For instance, if you use Google Analytics. So we are going to now look at a plugin that we're going to use as a cookie opt-in or opt-out. So first we need to go to our plugins, and then as you can see here, I've got absolutely no plugins installed at the moment. Now WordPress does come with Hello Dolly and Akismet's anti-spam whatever. I always delete those because there's no purpose in unused plugins to hang around, because it's just weighing your site down and it's a security risk. So I always check and I make sure that the plugins that I have installed, I always check that I'm actually using them for a particular reason. Okay, that's just good practice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into add new, and we're going to look for our cookie plugin. Now I like to use it's a plugin called Cookie Yes, and there are many out there, so you can use whatever you like, but I've been using Cookie Yes because it's got the GDPR stuff. Well, a lot of them do anyway, so it's just one that I like. So if I go to Cookie Yes, search for that. Okay, so here we go. We've got Cookie Yes here. As you can see, it's got the GDPR, the European privacy laws, and also CCPA, which is a Californian thing that they do there in the States, in California, some special privacy law. So what you're going to do is also in general, if you look at plugins, WordPress plugins, then you'll notice that it's got rankings or ratings, and in this case it's got over 2,000 5-star ratings, it seems, which is great. And also if you look at the installations, it's got 1+ million installations, active installations, which is also great. And then probably the most important thing, or that goes together with those two, is the last updated date. So it was last updated 2 days ago, which means that the plugin is still being looked at actively, supported actively, and it's updated and patched and so on. So and also it's compatible with your version of WordPress. So just always have a look at the bottom bar here when you install plugins. Make sure that those things check out. So I'm now going to go and I'm going to install the plugin. So hit install now, and then it's going to say it's installed. I'm going to activate it, and it's active. So that's the only plugin I have at the minute. So you will see that on your toolbar here within WordPress, you have your GDPR cookie consent item, menu item. So if you just click on that, it opens up your menu over here. So there are about 2 or 3 settings that I just do with this one, and those are, I like to include, so if you have in the general tab, you have GDPR selected by default and also enabling the cookie bar, but I've got GDPR selected by default. Now, my website is going to be looked at by people all over the world, so you can also choose to include this CCPA privacy law. And what you can do is you can say, yep, enable CCPA and show CCPA notice. So this displays a notice on the consent bar. And so it's up to you, depending on who your site is aimed at and where you're based and things like that. But I guess, these things are pretty international anyway. So just, I'll just sort of include include both of these privacy laws. So any other settings that I want to do, let me just have a look. No, there's something else. I've said that. Let me just update that. So you also have things like cookie scanner. So you can use this to connect and scan this plugin, and what it will do is it will go through your website and it will add or remove things. So as at the moment, as you can see, you know, I've got this cookie plugin as the only plugin I currently have. I still don't have my Google Site Kit and Google Analytics and those things. And so what I need to do is, after I installed Google Analytics or the Google Site Kit plugin, I have to go here, I have to go connect and scan and just put in my email, which I think is it admin or contact at Doggo Info. I think it's contact. I can't remember. Anyway, I just put my email address in there and then I connect it. So what it's going to, I don't think you have to do anything else. It just connects with your email address, and then it will scan your site, and then it will pick up. So at the moment, it's not really going to pick up much, but after I've installed some other plugins, I'm going to come back here, I'm going to scan it. It's going to tell me, hey, looks like you've got analytics going on here. I'm going to add these sections to your cookie disclaimer or your privacy overview. So you will see, if you look at this little screenshot here, you know, there are items that will be added to the cookie preferences. And it'll just keep things up to date and keep things legit. So that's what you want to do after you've, you know, installed anything like a contact form or analytics plugin or things like that, because those are things that collect data from your visitors. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. And then the other thing is policy generator. So, you know, you can now come here and generate a cookie policy. So you know how we currently have a privacy policy for our Doggo Info site, or for this particular website. So you can come in here, and each time after you ran your cookie scanner, you can go here, you can have a look at your I think my head's in the way again here, so I can just go create cookie policy page, live preview. Okay, so you can just come in here and go and generate these, and it'll automatically generate a cookie policy page for you. So that's just one of the policies that, you know, that mostly you can find these in website header footers, you know, like privacy policy, terms of service, cookie policy, and things like that. So yeah, that's basically it. So that's the basic setup of your cookie plugin. So now you can go and customize your cookie bar. You can look at the text color and stuff like that. So let me just have a look here. Can we preview this? So if I go to my site now, you see at the bottom here, we use cookies on our website to give you the most relevant blah blah blah, and then it's got the do not sell my personal information there. I think that's the Californian part of the privacy law. And if I move out of the way again, you can see you've got your accept button and your whatever that says, settings or something like that. Now the accept button, you see it's in green. So what you can do is, when you go back to your plugin, to your cookie plugin, you can now customize it, customize buttons, and you see there I can now go and select a color. I can go look at my I don't have it up now, but I can go and have a look at my, you know, the theme colors that I use for my site. It's this sort of orangey type of color, and I can update it. And then if I go look now again, then no, it's not. So background color, button, update settings. Anyway, so it should be updating the color of my button, accept button. It helps if I select to change the correct button's color. So let's just to quickly show you how to customize it. See, okay, so I've got this sort of orangey, it's a special orange, special color code, which I don't have handy right here, but I'll go and change it later. But you can see there it sort of then fits in with your site. And my green screen is still playing up. Still need to sort out my lighting. Okay, so yeah, and then you just go accept, boom, and that's it. That's your cookie plugin done. Okay, that's it for this video. So any questions, again, let me know.